Guys, my lord. Alright, look, I gotta drop some knowledge this morning, man. I'm gonna try to do it as fast as I can, but I really gotta educate some folks. First, let me tell you about what I read last night that kind of sets the context of this conversation. So I was, just searching around. I was checking out some other MLM companies in the business. Yeah, I like to do that. I like to see what other people have, what other products floating around there. That's smart business in any industry. And I came across this guy. I Googled something like Vima MLM Lazy. If you Google that, you'll find his blog. And this guy, basically, what he's doing is he's just firing point blank rounds at any MLM. He's a financial consultant at some level or something like that. And he's just spouting off all this different stuff. Same stuff everyone does from some of these like truth in advertising ads and stuff like that. Bunch of wiki comments, a bunch of FTC. Guys, the FTC, so you know, they don't even approve V8. Okay? V8, like health drink, they don't even approve them. But no one's attacking V8. Why? Because you're not an MLM. That's the only reason. But anyway, what I want to do is I want to be able to educate, I think, some parents maybe, some other people that are skeptical, some people that might have saw ads like this and turned it off. I just want to be able to rant for a minute here so you think about something. Okay? I want you to think about something. Because one of the things this guy targeted was, he targeted Vima is so evil because they're targeting younger age people, younger age demographics. Okay? It's never really been done before. Some other companies tried a little bit, but they kept the same products. But now Vima has a product that sort of resonates with younger people. It's the age demographic where it's in demand is of younger age demographic. Party, the cold coffee, the Verve. So it's been a little bit more successful than the other guys. But let me tell you this real quick. All right, listen. Kids are spending money every day. All right, that's money they get mowing lawns. That's money they get from allowance you give them. That's money they get from a part-time job, all right? They spend money every day. They spend money in crazy-ass places. Like, a game console costs between $200 to $400, all right? A game console, sometimes more. Games cost $60 a pop, $59.99, okay? $59.99. Accessories for that, they're all between $40, $50. Listen, an average kid will go through a game or two a month, okay? It's like 120 bones, 2 games in a month, all right? The average life expectancy of a game is about 30 days or less in some cases, all right? And then when that's over, there's no ROI. There's no return on that investment. That was it. It was just some fun, okay? Listen, what is the problem? I don't get the problem. When your kid or when anybody looks into a company, and you all should always look into a company. 3 things of MLM companies you need to look into to see if it's successful or not. The product, the company, and the saturation. You want that? That's word of mouth from a marketer that's been doing, telling people how to grow their business for years and years and years. Helping people get 6-figure business loans with business plans and with marketing plans tied behind it. In each one of them, we have to discover what their leverage is so that they can, so that we can show the bank that their business is going to have a chance to make it. Well, I'll tell you what the leverage is in MLMs. It's the company. Is the company going to stay around? Are they credible? Okay, and I'm not talking about they're uncredible by idiots like this clown writing on this, MLM lazy guy thing. I'm talking about, are there legal actions against them? Are there pending legal actions against them? Are you getting in trouble? Is it under the table type stuff? Is it cloak and dagger? Okay, the product. Is it a product that you can move? These 20-year-old kids, guys, they can't move Amway products. They can't move Herbalife because, for the most part, the age demographic is like probably 45 or higher up to 70. It's an age demographic when people need doctors to tell them that they're low on vitamin whatever, and they need to find a way to get that in their system. And that's where most of the successful Herbalife Amway people are. They resonate in those sort of age demographics. They're in those circles of networks. Vima, product, Verve, Party, the cold coffee, that's all floating around in age demographics that are much wider. Okay, all the way down from, 17 on. I mean, you see kids drinking Monster Red Bull all the time. And by the way, you guys have no problem with your kid drinking Monster Red Bull. But these guys, like in this article, they say, oh, well, you know, the vitamins that they're putting in there, it only costs so many cents to do that. It's a grossly overpriced product. Dude, Red Bull is grossly overpriced. It has to be, though, because that's what you have to do. And think about the message that Red Bull's sending, by the way. Red Bull's sending like, hey, drink me, super energy. Let's go build a paper mache float and jump it off a fucking cliff. Okay? That's what, or Monster Cola, you know, Monster, same thing. You know, let's be an MMA fighter. Drink Monster, help you be an MMA fighter. Drink Monster, it's going to help your motocross skills. I mean, that's where they put their energy and their money into. They're spending mass media marketing and to pay for that, they have to rate, you know, the price of the drink up. It probably costs like 40 cents to make a can of Red Bull. But no one says anything because it's not an MLM, all right? Listen, the other thing you need to look at in an MLM besides product in the company is the timing, okay? It's much harder when you get in later. Right now, people are excited about Vima because it's young. The company's young. They're only in 240 million a year stage right now. And that's young. That's a lot of room for expansion, a lot of room to get into the company. You know what I mean? Will it be a nest egg that lasts their whole life? I don't know. But I guarantee you they can make some money. You know what I mean? In the front end. And the other thing is guys knocking out, this is what I hate about these interviews or these little articles and blogs. They're always secondary research. Okay, there's primary and secondary research that you have to do when you're doing any kind of research, really. Secondary research is stuff that you find online. It's free typically. It's not very credible. It can be, but in certain aspects, primary research is much more expensive. That's when you physically go out there and test the research yourself, or you have people controlling. There's a lot of control points involved, but you are gaining the data yourself. It's new data. Okay. All these guys doing this stuff out here, all these guys putting this garbage out there, they're using secondary research techniques, okay? And the problem with that is while this knucklehead's quoting, like all these, like Wikipedia is quoting, dude, you kids are in college right now, our parents have been to college, you already know, Wikipedia is not a credible source. And then he had the audacity to tell me, well, in 2005, Wikipedia was more credible than Encyclopedia Britannica. Encyclopedia Britannica, half the people that I even talk to nowadays, anyone who's 21, 22 years old, they don't even know what the hell that is. Of course it's more credible than that. It's a hard copy. Come on, guys, it's outdated. You know what I mean? You need to look at scholarly things, and even more important than that, you need to go out there. I would like to see one of these bloggers go out there, spend $134, get a 2-pack of Verve, because that's all there is. There's no contract. There's nothing that makes you stay in. Whatever you buy, you get exactly right back out of. Go out there and do it yourself and make an honest attempt to make it work. Because guess what? I want you guys to hunt this dude down and look at this writing. Type in Vima, type in MLM, and type in lazy or something like that, and you'll get it. But I want you guys to read this dude because you're going to see what a perfect example of biased writing is. He doesn't give any of those MLM companies not one chance. I was reading one, he did one for VI, and he went on to say, oh, I can recreate the VI formula. I can go in and I can make, you know, I can go to Costco or Sam's Club and I can get this big bag of milk protein. I can get all these different things. Sure you can. Sure you can. And guess what? I can get a pizza. I can get all the ingredients, make a pizza at my house, and it's far cheaper than what Pizza Hut charges me. But do you see me outside of Pizza Hut with freaking torches and pitchforks saying, oh my God, it's a ripoff? No. At some level, people want to spend their time in other areas. They don't want to have to make some kind of formula up. They want to buy a formula that's already together. And that's what a lot of the MLM companies are. Now, I'm talking about the major label ones that are accredited. Maybe not by FTC, but guess what? The reason why they're able still to legally function is because there's no illegal things that they're doing. They're not doing anything illegal. If they were, as visible as they are, you would know, and not by some knucklehead blogger, but you would know by CNN, NBC. You would see it. You wouldn't be allowed to get in it. Okay? And then, you know, it got me all fired up to read this stuff, because what happened is, you know, you know, to be fair, this guy has like maybe 9 people that actually even comment on this thing, and half of them, you know, a couple of them are younger guys, and they're trying to explain, and the other ones are parents, and one parent even went as far as to say, I now have a talk with my kids, we talk about drugs, sex, condoms, and MLMs, Okay, well, what the hell? This is the same dad, this is the same clown that probably buys his kid a brand new pair of $120, Air Jordans or, LeBron James shoes or something like that. Listen, dude, let me explain something to you if you don't know this already. Kids are going to buy that kind of stuff because that's what they want. Look at Beats headphones. It's $160 people pay for them, but they're everywhere. It's a fad. People want it. Kids are going to do it. You buy your kid those $120 shoes, you know as well as I do that you can buy a pair of Skechers, probably better quality, and you can get that shit for like $40. Okay? But you're not going to stop kids from doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. And you don't hang out outside of Nike and bitch at them because, they're selling shoes that are grossly overpriced. So I get a little off track there, man. But look, the reality is this. Do real research. Go try it out for yourself. Let me challenge MLM, haters out there to go ahead out and just give it a try. Spend a little bit of money on your own. And then guess what? It's going to do two things. One, it may open your eyes up a little bit. It may open your eyes up a little bit. It may not, and that's okay. But two, it's going to make your blog far more credible. It'll make a guy like me read your blog and actually, take something in from it instead of just looking at a bunch of hyperlinks to a bunch of other chuckleheads and all of them have no clue as to what's going on. They have no understanding as to what's going on. I told the guy that I put about 14 people in a company. I'm at that break-even point, and I love the product, and that's why I'm in it, because I love the product. The guy writes back, "Oh, well, you just ruined 14 people's lives, and you did." And he doesn't even know the reality is that I only put in like 3 people. Then I helped them get to their break-even points. I help them get to where they need to be in the company along their way, because that's what it's about in Vima. You're not just helping yourself. In fact, it makes absolutely no sense for someone to come in for just 1 month. I tell everybody that I talk to, if you want to do this for 1 month, you better forget about it. And if you think it's easy, you better forget about it. I cannot stand whenever he had the audacity to play a video of Alex Morton too. Look, Alex Morton and even lower levels, Luke Hessler, Jamie Chiro, these kids, look at them, man. This dude, I can't pronounce his last name. His name's TK, but I look at his videos. Guys, these kids are hustling, man. They're working harder than you. I guarantee it. 7 days a week, they're driving, going, meeting with people, helping, coaching, sharing knowledge about a product, sharing knowledge about an industry, sharing knowledge about a potential business opportunity. And they're not asking for anything from this. They're not telling these kids, he said something about some parents are like, or they saw a video where some Vima guys were telling kids or teaching kids on how to deceive their parents and getting money. I don't know anything about that. I guarantee you that Vima doesn't stand behind that. And if I would see something like that, I would write them or do a video rant on them, and I would discredit them just like I'm discrediting this knucklehead on this MLM thing I saw last night. But trust me, these kids like Luke Hessler, Jim, these kids like Oliver Goslick, who just flew over here, and now he hit the ground in the States from Germany, and as soon as he got in, he started working already. These are role models for your kids, all right? So instead of hating and telling your kid, no, you can't, take a risk at a business opportunity, and instead go upstairs and play Call of Duty and be like the most knowledgeable 16-year-old kid in the world about weapon systems across, 5 different countries, and and get your eye-hand coordination better, I guess. Instead of doing that, go out and spend a little bit of product, invest a little bit of money, learn business, learn product, learn what MLMs are, which is going to protect him, by the way. That's going to protect him, her in the long run, because they're going to understand exactly what they're getting into, all right? And they may fall flat on their ass, but guess what? Better to fall flat on their ass at 134 euro a month, or even 500 one-time payment a month, instead to go to college and get out of college and take a 6-figure or more loan out on a business opportunity, and then that fails, because that's just as risky. Now, I'm not saying ever don't quit college. In fact, anyone watching this, if you have quit college, get a hold of me, because I'm going to tell you why that wasn't a smart move. But you should always, don't quit college, don't do that, but by all means, if instead of going to frat parties, if instead of going to freaking, crazy-ass fraternity things or other kind of, or just hanging out playing, Call of Duty all night, if you want to invest that time into a business, by all means do it. Go out there and learn, get smart earlier in life. Because when you graduate college, all you have is a very, very, very expensive piece of paper. You have to then turn that paper with the work and skills and experience into something valuable, like a combination. And that's what Vima, that's what these MLMs give. All right, I'm way over freaking my time. I'm sorry I had to blow up like that. I hope this gets some value to somebody. I hope you're able to show your parents. Hope you're able to show somebody. But, please, do yourself a favor. If anybody in this company is making some kind of money or has made money, if anyone's doing any of that, please Google freaking Vima MLM lazy. Find that article. You'll see my post at the very bottom of it. And put a post down there, not a hateful post, but just one that, hey, my name's so-and-so, I've been in Vima this long, and I'm making this kind of money. Because that's what we have to start doing. We have to start showing people that it's not a fad, it's not a gimmick, it's not a scam, people are making money. So, all right, man, everyone have a good day and stuff, and that's my extra long sort of rant, educational tip of the day. Laters.